Hi, I'm Jason Smith with HSMAI, and we're doing an Insights interview today. And today we're talking with Heath Slaughter, who's an igniter with Simon Sinek's Start With Why team. Heath, how you doing?
I'm great today. Thank you so much. Great to be here with you today. Thanks.
Well, appreciate the time. Heath is going to be delivering a keynote for us at the HSMAI Digital Marketing Strategy Conference, February 21st in New York. And we're just going to talk a little bit about what you're going to be talking about there, and give people a little preview. So, what does Start With Why mean to you?
So, start with why to me really is about two things. First, it's about connection,
Okay.
connecting with the people who matter most. Connecting the people that you work with, but also the people that you're trying to touch on the outside, your consumers, your customers. That could even mean your guests.
Okay.
And the second thing is it's really about inspiration. And I think when you bring together connection and inspiration, some really wonderful, magical things can happen. And it's not just inspiring the people on the outside, it's also inspiring the people on the inside. The Start With Why, the concept, the golden circle, the three levels on which we operate is really the best, strongest, most powerful tool that we know to connect with people and inspire those to do the things that you want them to do, but also inspire them to do great work. So I think when you bring those two things together, really great things can happen, and that's what it means to me.
Okay. So, we're going to be talking at this conference to digital marketing professionals. What is it about understanding why for them?
Yeah, so, once you understand the power of why, you, I think, are in a position to really, like I said before, connect and inspire, but it also can help inform your messages and how you sort of create and craft that guest experience and how you reach out to and market to the people that you're trying to influence, inspire to choose your property or choose your destination over somebody else.
Okay.
I think, I hate to reference something that happened so recently, but I think many people might have seen Oprah on the Golden Globes a couple of, maybe it was a week ago, and she was talking about how speaking your truth is one of the most powerful tools that you have. And I think starting with why and understanding how that works is exactly the same thing. It's one of the most powerful tools we have, really starting from the center and moving the way out, as opposed to starting from the outside and moving on the way in.
So why really does fit in with marketing?
It is an absolute perfect fit with marketing. And, I was just thinking about this yesterday. If what's a brand? A brand is a promise kept, right? A promise that you keep. And the why is really about that experience. And I think when you're able to articulate that why in a way that can resonate with others, you're going to attract other people who believe what you believe. And those are going to be the most profitable, loyal, and enduring guests and customers that you can ever have.
Well, speaking of profit, why, after a little while, gets to the bottom line will have an impact on the bottom line. If you're starting, with why do you get there?
Yeah, so this whole notion of, can you please connect the why to profit? This is definitely some of the pushback that we get all the time, because people say, well, the why sounds a little fuzzy.
Right.
Can you kind of pinpoint that? Can you kind of show us how on the spreadsheet that's going to lead to a stronger bottom line? And you know what? We may not have the exact data to prove that if you do something on one Monday, it's going to translate to something on Thursday. What we do see, however, is those organizations, those companies, those teams that are willing to invest in the long term, and when they're willing to put the people first, because that's really what the why is about, it's putting the people first.
Okay.
When you do that, the numbers and the results will inevitably follow. We have this phrase which we say, the future belongs to those with a clear sense of purpose. And by clear sense of purpose, we mean using your strengths as a brand, as a property, as an individual, in service to something bigger, something more than just yourself. And I think that when you do that, the reason we say that the future belongs to those with a clear sense of purpose is because people want to do business with companies and organizations that have this clear sense of purpose. The tide has shifted, and people want to work at organizations and companies and properties that have a clear sense of purpose beyond just making money. So not only do you attract those guests and those customers and the consumers, but you also attract the kinds of A players who are going to be able to bring that sort of experience to your guests moving forward. So it's really, it's not a bottom line short term. It's not a 100-yard dash and you're getting there right away. It's really, are you playing the short game or are you playing the long game? If you're playing the long game, the why is critical. If you're playing the short game quarter to quarter, this is not going to help you as much.
Okay. So for the folks that will be at the conference, what can they expect from your presentation, and what do you think some of the key takeaways might be that they can expect?
Well, for one thing, I hope that people will feel inspired.
Okay.
That, one of the things that we see over and over again is just having the opportunity to talk about the why, both individually and from an organizational point of view, is a huge relief, because there is so much hunger out there. Just in the last week, I was at an aerospace company, medical device company, and a chemical company. And, not necessarily the sexiest industries in the world, but there is so much hunger out there from individuals looking for just an opportunity to discuss something beyond just the money. And the why is exactly that. In terms of takeaways, there's really three things that I hope to bring to the audience, to the participants at the conference. The first is, we absolutely need to have clarity of why. If you're not clear about your why, how will anyone else know whether they want to follow you, be loyal to you, and want to do business with you? The second thing is around discipline of how. So clarity of why is important, but we also need to be disciplined in terms of how we show up and how we deliver that guest experience. We need to be disciplined about it. We can't let those little things slide. And then the third piece is consistency of what. So the golden circle, and starting with why, there's three pieces to it. There's why, how, and what. And we need to be consistent in terms of how we deliver that product, that guest experience. So I think when you bring those three things together, you're able to use the start with why concept, the golden circle, as a tool for not only communication, but also for decision making. It really acts as your North Star. It acts as your decision filter, your decision making filter, and helps guide your behavior so that you can align what you do and how you do what you do with why you do it. And when you do that, that's when you really touch upon this whole notion of authenticity. People are ultimately drawn to those who are authentic. And all authenticity means is what you say and what you do is what you actually believe. And that's the golden circle.
Well, definitely looking forward to the presentation. Thanks for taking a few minutes to give us a preview and talk about why. Again, Heath's going to be speaking at the HSMAI Digital Marketing Strategy Conference, February 21st in New York, and more information at hsmai.org. Thanks again, Heath, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing you guys in February.